It is Workout Wednesday, and that means it's back to basics at the BAC. We're here at the Colvin location with Jill, and giving me a break from the exercise is Wilma, and we're talking about the world of resistance training. So Jill, what are we talking about when we talk about resistance training?
Talking about just putting some weight onto the muscle. So we're going to start on the machines today and give you a little workout that way.
All right, well, I know, Wilma, you're eager to get started, so why don't we head to that first machine? So we're talking about resistance training, but we're also using this machine. So what are the benefits of starting on a machine?
Benefits of starting on the machines is to make sure that you're going to have good form, because the machine is going to be set up for your height. You can control the weight a little easier, and safety is the key with that.
So let's talk about setting the machine up. Before Wilma sat down, you sort of adjusted the seat. So how do we know that we're in the right position for the machine?
When she starts her motion, whatever that motion is going to be, her joints should feel good. There shouldn't be too much weight for her to push, and all the machines show you how to set up properly.
All right, so why don't we get Wilma started here and sort of explain to me what's happening as she's doing this machine.
Okay, so we have Wilma on the seated chest press today. So she's going to grab the handles, rest your head back on the seat, and go ahead and push forward. Bring back elbows and shoulders in alignment, and another big push out.
So once you get comfortable on the machine, I then think you could probably take that form, right, and use a free weight.
Exactly, exactly. This would be the place to start, and when you're comfortable here, then it's time to move on to free weights.
Okay, so we're talking about upper body. Before we move on to lower body, give me a sort of some other machines that might be good to work the chest and upper body area.
You could do a shoulder press, you could do a front raise, and there's machines for all of that.
All right, let's move on to the legs.
Excellent.
So moving on from the upper body to the lower body, I'm assuming that with resistance training, there's machines that will work everything.
Absolutely, yes.
So why don't we walk through what Wilma's doing on this machine, and then we'll sort of get into the foundations of using a machine.
Okay, I have Wilma on the quad extension today, and that's going to work her quadriceps, the front of her thighs. So she's just going to lift nice and controlled and release nice and controlled.
So while Wilma's doing this, you can stop whenever you want to. Kind of give me a little bit of a rundown of what we want to keep in mind when we're using a machine.
When you're using the machine, you want to make sure that you have the setup proper, because that is going to make or break how it feels. You want to make sure that it's safe for your joints, proper weight setup. So it might be something good to get a trainer to show you how to set up the machines, because they can be a little intimidating.
And how do we know if the machine's not set up right?
It might not feel right. It might feel a little off. You might feel a little soreness in more of your joints rather than in your muscle. You might feel your back sore, your neck sore. So the proper setup is key.
And then how do we know how many weights, how many times, all of the reps and that we should be doing?
A good guide is 2 to 3 sets of something, 12 to 15 reps of that. And by that, those last few reps, your muscles should be fatigued.
And then the goal with basics is to always move on to that next step, that harder step. So when do we know that it's time for us to maybe transition from the machines and try the free weights?
I would say when you're feeling like you've got those 3 sets, 12 to 15 reps down pat, all you're now doing is adding weight to that, then it's time to change up how you're working out.
All right, and I want to turn to you, Wilma, because it's not Workout Wednesday. For me, it's Workout Wednesday. For you, how are you feeling?
I feel great.
All right, well, thank you for giving me a break. And Jill, thank you for showing us how to get back to basics. And we're going to continue this fitness journey as we do Workout Wednesdays to come in the near future.